Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I am Aaron.
I am Phil.
And I'm Cole.
We slum it hard so you don't have to.
Cole, 1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
Cole.
I'm sorry.
This is me
This is
checking my levels for
okay.
you, Cole.
Now we're in business.
Now we're cooking. Do we need to start over?
No, we're fine.
All right. So we are still in Seattle. This is our last day in Seattle together. And we're just going to do kind of a recap of what's been going on this trip and share some stories with y'all. So yesterday we had a chance to go down to... Oh, first of all, we went to this crazy seafood buffet breakfast, and we ate so much crab.
Guys, you'll be proud of me. I traditionally...
We got so many crabs.
Dude,
Legs.
got
The
crabs,
legs of crabs.
like a mofo. Mm-hmm. So I normally don't like seafood at all. And it turns out I'm realizing, or I'm being told, that it's because I've never had good seafood. Because
Yeah, that's what they say.
we went to this place called... Aldi's.
Salties.
Salties. And I ate
went to Arnie's
a
the day before.
ton of crab, and I really liked it. And then...
And Phil and I ate oysters for the first time,
Yes.
and they were pretty good.
Yeah. And then at dinner, I had an oyster.
Yeah, we all ate
And
oysters.
Yeah, dude. We're like freaking oyster eating
And then we
sons
cuddled.
of guns.
We ate
All night
oysters
long.
twice in one day.
Is that why we were so cuddly?
That was the longest day.
Dude, we were like...
Seems like breakfast was like a week ago, and dinner was a couple days ago.
And I can confirm that oysters are an aphrodisiac.
But in between those two oyster fests, we were able to, of course, do some sightseeing. We hit the public market.
And we had a sausage
Got some
fest.
coffee. Cole also drank his first coffee and
That's not
loved
true.
it.
That's not true. Let the record show for my employer and also my religion.
No, he did not drink coffee.
My father in heaven.
But he, what did you?
Nothing.
Oh, we had a chance to, so we got some coffee, but we also went to Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar.
Yes.
And played some sweet A vintage gear.
Yes.
So I want each of
awesome.
you guys each of the three of us, I guess, to talk about our favorite guitar that we played and why we liked it, what was so cool about it. Maybe talk about the amps too.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I played a
All right.
19... Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
Aaron.
All right.
I played
Okay.
some guitars. Aaron and Phil.
Do you guys listen to Radio Lab?
I know.
That's what
you're
that
doing.
reminds
yes,
me of.
I know.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Jad Abumrad.
And Robert Krulwich.
There's like a grammatical error in their intro, I think. I'm trying to remember because it always bothered me when I listened to Radiolab. Or it's just like something that they pronounce weird. And it's like, you're going to put this in every show? Why not re-record it and get it right? Okay. So I played a 1956 Telecaster.
Was it 56?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron, that's why I said that it was a 56, Aaron.
I just didn't remember that. I was saying it was earlier, but that sounds right.
Oh,
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure it was a 56.
Yeah.
But they had a tweed champ there that was also 50s.
That.
Yeah. You forgot the best part.
was a
You played a 1956 Telly that was 100%
Dude,
original.
freaking stock, one owner, 1956. Like, I'm not even going to live long enough to own a guitar for that long, even if I got it when I was born.
Yeah,
Like, that's
someone-
insane.
They got it from the family. It was a blonde Telly with a tweed champ that were both from 1956.
Yeah, like somebody walked into a guitar store in 1950 whatever and bought these and kept
Yeah.
them since that day.
And they said that like it hadn't been played in years, so it was like in amazing condition.
So it had one ding on the top back, like on the upper bout, that where the wood had like sort of, like it was a pretty deep, you could tell it was somewhat natural wear, but at any rate,
Yeah.
other than that,
It was.
it was in insanely good shape.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It was
The
creepy
frets,
how-
the frets were original.
It even had
and
the
they
original
were-
wiring.
Yeah, like the frets were really small, but they had very little fret wear. Like it still played
Does that
really
mean
well.
Somebody played for like. Is it possible that it was played for 6 months and then put in the garage?
Or they just played it periodically.
Yeah.
You know,
It wasn't like a gigging
because it had
guitar,
wear on it. Like it had dings and stuff.
The neck, the
on
fretboard was like definitely worn down.
Yeah, but the frets, and actually, I don't know. I mean, it said 100% stock, so the frets. I never asked
They probably
specifically about
dressed
the
them.
frets. Yeah,
I would
I'm sure
assume they
they'd been
dressed
dressed,
them.
but they're really small. Like you could
Yeah.
tell they were vintage at least. Yeah, the neck had some really cool wear on it, but yeah, it had a few dings. But I don't usually like butterscotch tellies at all. And
It was
this
like the
thing
light
looked,
one, though, wasn't it? Like
yeah,
kind
it was
of
like
light-
it was
the
more
light
like
blonde.
like a
It looked
blonde.
cream. Like it was.
Yeah, it was a
yeah.
blonde. It was a blonde color.
Because I don't really like.
But
the
even
butterscotch
those,
either as much.
I don't even like the semi-transparent tellies in general. Usually, you
Yeah.
know, I like it either transparent, like a burst, or some other trans color, or solid.
A lot
But
of times they try to make them
Did you say
look.
some other trans color?
You try to make them transparent. Try to make them look. The newer ones like the blonde and the butterscotch, they try to
Transparents.
make them look aged. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like always weird, and so but this,
this
one,
one-
was aged, but
like-
like it.
and it was like the
so good.
discoloring on it was really subtle, but you could tell that there was discoloring from where your arm would rest.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
it almost looked like a
Held it up in the
sunburst,
light.
like
Yes.
light to lighter. It was
Yes,
really cool.
It was super super cool.
Oh man, and it had the original wiring, which was and I had forgotten that Tellys were this way too. I knew Esquires, they had a 3-position switch, but the other 2 positions were like 2 different tone caps. But on the original Tellys, they didn't have a middle
Yeah.
position. The 3rd position is the bridge pickup with like some crazy amount of roll off. So it's like
Yeah.
the output is way lower.
Bridge
too.
or neck?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It might be the neck.
Yeah, so
It
it's
might be
bridge, neck, and then neck with like an extra cap in it that like
How
is like
weird.
totally dark.
But the reason
So it's similar to
for
like the
that-
Jazzmaster like top circuit.
I know, but that's just like that's a surprising.
Well, Leo had this
think-
thing about not mixing pickups. Like the same thing with the Strat. The 3-way Strat selector like never was meant to blend pickups together, and the Telly was the same way.
Weird.
and I think it was more of a thing back then, like nowadays people want versatility, but not for the same reasons. They want like some P rails that has 8 different options or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But back then it was like, well, I need this one guitar to be the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar. I don't have pedals to accomplish
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
So I need to be able to switch to a setting, and we're all playing through the same amp, including vocals.
Right.
It's like I need a switch that can give me a lead sound and a rhythm sound, essentially.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
and it's
you
the same,
plug it into
and
the
that's
champ?
in the Les Paul. The way that they accomplish it is by having independent volumes. So the idea is
Right,
that
so
you
you can
have
blend
rhythm and lead,
one in,
and one of
yeah.
them would be hotter than the other. And yeah, so that's I had never thought about it that
That's
way, but
interesting.
that guys, I just blew my own mind.
Dude, your mind is lucky.
Just blew my own mind. It's because I had one of my ribs removed that I was able to do that. Okay,
So did you plug
gonna
that
have
Telly
to-
into the champ? Did you plug the Telly into the champ?
I did plug the telly into the champ, and it
Dude.
sounded freaking rad.
I played a couple other guitars into that champ, and
And there's
it sounds
something
really cool.
like there's something about just like it's the same way you feel when you go to some place and there's a building that's to like you go to the Pantheon and it's like I don't even care what this building looked like, but the fact that it's 2,000 years old
Right.
is like crazy, and the fact
Yeah.
that I was sitting here playing a guitar that still functioned and sounded amazing.
Yeah.
And it had been on the earth for 60 years or whatever.
There is something, dare I say, magical about like having
dared.
physical connection.
He dared say
to
it.
like another time.
Yeah, like it's
just weird.
It's cool
It
to think
sounds
that like
dumb to say it,
No,
but it's like
but it
that's
is.
why vintage gear is
It's
cool.
like this dude bought this.
Like, that's why it's cool.
This dude walked into this shop like he
and the
got
tag
out
said
of his, like-
one
Yeah,
one
one
owner.
owner. Yeah.
One owner.
like he walked in
100% stock.
with his freaking he didn't even have bell bottoms yet. His kids were gonna be wearing bell bottoms. Like
what I want to know is
probably
like
looked
who's
like
the people
Leave It to
who
Beaver.
sells that?
I guess
a
it's his
store.
kids or something that
I
like
know, but like, I mean, I guess if you don't care, you don't care. But
but also like maybe they had
or like someone else
maybe
will do
like
it.
they had some bills to come up. Like
Yeah, or maybe like that was one of many.
That's true too.
They're like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
This is the crappy one.
But it's not like Mike and Mike's. It's not like they were like they would have given him. They would have given him a fair deal
Yeah,
and everything
yeah,
too.
I'm sure.
So it's not like
I don't think they really did much to it. Just kind of probably cleaned it up a little bit.
my-
It was listed for $32,999.
with, but they were selling it like you
Yeah,
had to
it
buy
was
them
a set,
together.
yeah.
Which
Which is
why
amazing.
wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Like if you have enough money to drop on that, then you want the amp and
Yeah,
the guitar.
totally. So cool.
It'd be even better if it had like a cable that it came with, you know, like, oh, this owner had this one
The
cable
original
the
cable.
entire life, and it has the original. I think it had the case still too.
Oh, did it?
Maybe I'm
didn't
remembering
look.
because I saw original Tweed and I was thinking hard case, but
maybe.
it was the amp.
My mother-in-law is obsessed with estate sales.
Which state? California.
Estate.
Oh, okay.
And they
South Dakota?
State.
South Carolina?
Estate.
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 These
And-
guys are racist. Let the record show. I have been burned
These
by racism.
These guys.
I've been burned by racism many times by these two fellows.
So
That may or may not be true. That's one dynamic that I try to. I always feel like I'm skirting dangerously close to a line that I'm going to cross. But like Andy finds my faux racism against Asians very funny, but I'm always worried that like I'm not
That's gonna be the
100%
line.
positive where the line is.
Cross the line.
And one
I
time,
think faux racism might be similar to the ironic mullet conundrum.
it is true, and we experience like the time when you experience that is if anyone overhears anything you say, it's like, oh, this dude over here is just straight racist in 2018, and it's like, well, but I promise I'm not. I'm just doing it to be funny, and it's like that's not worth it, you know.
not.
But and yet I still do it. Okay, what were you
So,
gonna say, Phil?
estate sales. So she'll go.
Estate.
And usually, what
Estate.
the way they work is
That was
somebody
Aaron that
passes
said
away.
that, by the way.
Somebody passes away, and the family of the deceased person will hire some company
Yeah,
to sell all the stuff.
they come through, they
price
appraise
it
it
out,
and
yeah.
stuff.
And
The family had already gone through and kept the stuff that they wanted to
that they
for
want-
like
right,
heirlooms
and
or
they'll, like, sell
whatever.
everything else off, yeah. And so it's very possible that it
Oh
was-
yeah, totally. I mean, something that nice was probably
That
a
kind of
part of an
situation.
estate sale. It's not like somebody brought it in off the street and was like, "How much do you give me for this?" You
Yeah,
know?
but I'm saying like the idea of like why didn't they just keep it or whatever? It's like, well,
yeah, it's like they kept a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
you know, maybe they kept some freaking '59 Les Paul or something, and then.
No, I get it. You can't.
But
keep
it's
everything.
still crazy. Like,
or maybe like that guitar wasn't even like a big deal to that person, so it's not.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It may
Part
not
of-
have been like a real personal, sentimental item.
Part of what is, I think, part of what you're saying, not to put words in your mouth, is like it was important enough for them to keep it for 60 plus years, but then somehow isn't important enough.
Yeah, I think
like,
that's what it is,
It's
maybe.
like, how did that stick around so long and then also just come up for sale one day? You know,
Maybe
like
they just hated it. Like maybe
But that's
they
what I'm
hated
saying.
that
Like
it was
most
a
guitars-
a hobby of somebody that they picked up when they were 40. They played a little bit. They put it in a closet,
and they
until
died
they
when
were
100.
100.
and then they
But you know what we're saying? Like this
Sorry.
person made a point. Like you don't just accidentally keep, and I guess people didn't used to move as much as they do, and all this stuff. But like you don't accidentally keep a guitar and an amp for 60 years.
Yeah.
If you also don't have some attachment to it, and maybe your kids don't have any of the same attachment, but it is still surprising. I think.
I don't know. Depression era people kept a lot of crap. Like they were really into keeping stuff. I think there's one defining characteristic of that generation. It's keeping things
It's
you
true.
don't need to
It's
keep.
true. except baseball cards.
Like sugar packets and like random garbage.
But it is, I don't know. It is very cool and it is rare. Like there's no getting around the fact that it's really rare and it's a cool opportunity
Yeah.
to be able to play something like that. So yeah, it was a
Yeah,
lot of
totally.
fun. I also got to play a Vinny,
Oh yeah.
and that's the first time I'd ever really
you played a Vinny the day before.
yeah.
Also.
But that was like the second time that I'd really been able to. No, but like when we were playing the day before, I didn't actually
yeah,
take
you weren't
time.
focused on the amp. Yeah.
Yeah. And granted, like, I was playing a 1956 Telecaster through it, so I still was more focused on the guitar than anything else, probably. Oh, and I was playing it. Another amp they had in there was like this Trainer amp from the 70s, and it was like a PA, so it had a 215 cab. So I was playing the Vinny through a 215. Did you hear it when I was playing
Yes.
it? It sounded rad,
gnarly.
dude.
I was like, dude, they're like letting us kind of have our way with this.
Yeah, dude.
This loud.
And they were super chill.
By the way, if anyone
Mike-
is in Seattle or like comes to
Ball?
Seattle,
Is it
yeah,
named
Mike Ball.
Mike Ball.
Mike
you
and Mike's
are the
guitar
greatest.
shop is rad. Like it's the inside is really cool. The people
And if
that
you
work
don't
there
know,
were fun.
if
and,
you
like,
don't
nice.
know, if you've ever seen Mike Adams,
have a great loud room.
if you ever seen Mike Adams online, and he's kind of the offset expert in the world. That's why it's called Mike's and Mike's, because it was Mike Poole and
Ball.
That thing you just said 10 seconds ago that I forgot. Okay, Mike Ball and Mike Adams, and Mike Adams is no longer like a part of the business. They're still like not for a negative thing or anything.
Adams
but that's,
lives in like Long Beach or something.
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
He moved for I think
LA.
for family stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why it's called Mike and Mike's. But yeah, it was an awesome shop. And not only did they have they had a bunch of vintage stuff, but then they also had a bunch of really high end sort of used custom shop type stuff. So
And they have pedals and stuff, and they're doing
They have the signature sinusoid cables.
yeah.
a lot of work,
Sponsors of the show, Sinusoid.
a lot of what they do is tech work. Like they have amazing techs there, and so part of their business is they take in these vintage instruments or
Yeah.
instruments that just need work, and then they do the work and sort of flip it in a
Yeah,
sense.
and a lot of times they do like kind of cool, unique stuff with it. Like,
Yeah.
like they
So-
had a Mustang in there.
Yeah, Phil, talk about that Mustang.
Okay, so I pulled it up so I could talk about it. So
I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
No, you put me on the spot at the perfect time. So one of the dudes, they're tech guys, just kind of like, I guess they do like their own mods when they find something that isn't stock enough to be like to keep pristine.
Right.
And they do their own cool like
Yeah.
takes on things. And
Yeah, so this one he said came in with like humbuckers that were routed.
Tune-o-matic.
Yeah, and it was routed for like a Tune-o-matic wraparound bridge. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
So he added a Bigsby.
put a mastery on it, ripped that out.
Yeah.
Filled the holes.
Yeah.
So
And
let's
then-
put Fender things on this Fender or Fender-y things.
And then Lolar.
Yeah, like a Bigsby.
Lawler.
Lawler.
Lola, lay low.
Regals. Which are the wide range. So one of the things I really liked about this is the way that they mounted the pickups. Did you see that?
Yeah, it looked really cool.
It's really cool.
They basically have like little like dog ears.
Yeah, they have like dog ears that are like mounted directly to the aluminum pick guard.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Which there was a few really old guitars that had aluminum like anodized pick guards, and they all look freaking awesome with all
Yeah,
the wear
that
on
P-bass
it.
that they had in
Dude,
there.
So the
that
weather
P-bass
of
looked
it,
so good.
like the brass or like gold looking color is like shredded away from like pick use, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's like worn away.
So when they anodize it, it really only affects like the surface level.
It's like
So-
it's almost like
Oh
a
my
powder. It's like even thinner than a powder coat
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, so it
somebody's
wears off.
gonna write in and be like, "You guys are all."
But I mean,
idiots."
I don't know.
But it's some kind
how
of
thin it is.
It's a thin coating.
I mean, it's a chemical reaction, so it's
the
not like a
P-bass.
coating.
The
truth is,
P-bass. It
we
was.
don't care.
I
you
do
guys.
care. It literally changes the color of the aluminum.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a chemical, physical
Yeah, yeah.
reaction.
It's like an acid.
Yes, but I'm saying it's not a coating that's added to the aluminum.
Fine.
It is
But
the
it's
aluminum.
but the reason it goes away is because the actual layers of aluminum are being
Yes.
rubbed away. You know.
yes,
But like the P-bass, there was no pick wear. It was just like hand.
yeah, and it was
you
like
know.
all
the
like,
entire
basically under the
everything
strings
but
was
under
gold
the
and
strings.
the rest was all.
Dude, it looked
silvery.
so freaking good.
Yeah,
And that was a 50s, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
maybe early
60s
60s. It was
maybe.
pre-CBS at any rate.
yeah. It was like a 62, I think.
Sorry, Phil.
No, that's fine.
Do you want to say anything else about that Mustang?
I want it real bad.
Yeah, and it's the type of thing that like it would be attainable price-wise. Like part of why the Telly is so crazy expensive is because it's old, but part of it is because it's stock.
It's old in stock.
But like
yes.
nobody's buying that Mustang as like a showpiece because it's
Yeah.
totally
Because
different.
It was
has
screwed with when
freaking
it came in.
yeah.
So he made it cooler.
It has a Bigsby and filled holes and wide range humbuckers and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, it looked awesome. And I think I mentioned this already, but the Cower that Andy has also has Lawler Regals in it, and they sound really good. I really liked the way they sound.
Lolar.
Lawler.
So what was your? Or should you want me to go next, or do you want to go next?
I played a Jag. It was a 66, and it was 100% original stock.
So you want me to go next, or
and it was super
are
great.
you going to go next?
You can go after me
Okay.
right now.
You got to talk about it more than that.
I loved it.
Why did you love it?
If I have a follow up.
Looking at, first of all, the checking just looks so, it was really subtle.
I'm looking at it right now.
That Jag, they have that Jag posted.
Well, they have 3 Jags altogether posted.
It was
Hey guys, remember we're
So it
recording
was
a
white,
podcast
but it was
right
like
now.
aged. It was aged white with the.
Was it really originally white? Because it was yellow.
That's like the white color. They all look like that. All the old white.
Okay, so it wasn't white.
The old white's kind of yellow as they.
I'm saying it was
I'm saying-
white, but it's no longer white.
So my follow-up question: if you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Stupid.
I've been holding on to that for like 5 minutes.
So one of the things
not
that
worth
I
it.
really liked about that is that it was freaking cool.
Yes.
And it was
Thanks,
loaded
Aaron.
with
That's
Gabrielle
good insight.
Tenorio strings, another sponsor of the show.
It was.
Dude, Aaron.
Yeah,
He's
so-
on, Aaron's podcasting game is on another level this morning.
Mike and Mike.
which is surprising considering how much sleep we got
so
last night.
Mike and Mike each have a signature sinusoid cable, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mike Adams is called the Red Beard
Yeah.
because he has a big red beard.
And he's
And
into
then I
pirates.
can't think of what Mike Balls is. It's atomic something.
Yeah, but it's white.
They're the atomizer or something.
It's white and it has a silent jack,
Yeah,
silent
the trick
right
jacks with
angle,
the silent-
no trick
yeah,
on one
it's
side.
really cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
buy some sinusoid. Support Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar. They're not even a sponsor. Get your Gabrielle Tenorio strings with a
Gabrielle,
long
yeah.
wind. If you play an offset and you're not playing GTS Co strings, you
Then
are
what the heck are you even doing?
out of your dang mind, my friend.
And also check out Gun Street because they could, heck, if you want your telly to be like that original
Yeah.
56 telly with that
The
weird
wiring.
That would be
tone cap
sick.
that wasn't super usable in a real
I
scenario
super want to get
potentially,
an Esquire.
but you could straight up have them make you a telly harness that would do that.
Yeah.
And they'll
Yeah.
even put it in a certain color box because Phil said something about that.
No, he said it.
Oh, because Aaron said something about that.
Yep, I did.
Aaron was talking about
They have
boxes.
different colored boxes now.
Well, they have same colored boxes, but different colored labels. Boxes are still brown.
Okay.
Guys, it's been.
FAQ, Phil.
It turns
FAQ.
out when you just hang out with a bunch of dudes for a long time, sometimes the conversation isn't as wholesome as it should be.
I had a lot of fun playing that Jag too, and I played it through that Tweed Champ.
Yeah. It sounded
It
way
was
good.
so
It
good.
did, yeah.
What did you think?
So good. I've never really played Jags much, so that
haven't
probably
either.
will
Me neither.
will ruin me for all Jags.
Yeah.
I didn't mess with the switches, and that's
So here's
You'll
the
be
thing,
like,
like,
you'll be
people-
like, dude, Jaguars sound amazing. Did you know that?
Yeah,
And then you'll go play every other one. It's like, oh
Yeah.
wait,
No,
But everyone wants to do like the Johnny Marr wiring thing with a little switch. I like having the selector switches for the pickups, like the on
yeah,
off.
it's cool.
I think that's like really
So, but
usable.
I mean, the only thing it wouldn't be usable for is potentially like if you need to switch like mid strumming type of thing. It might not be as usable as having a switch up top, you know.
Because if you
But-
want to switch like from one to the other, you'd have to move two switches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one is going up and one's going down.
Yeah.
So like but it's a cool like
Yeah,
but
that's
how
true.
often like people that's one of those things that you like plan on and like, well, I need it to be able to do this and it's like, really? You
Like,
really
I see
need to be able
people
to do
doing
that?
that, and it makes me mad at them.
so I
Yeah,
don't care.
like
I
use a
know
pedal at that point.
Some people are going to say, "Ooh, dumb," obviously, and
Some people are going to be like,
but so the three switches traditionally on a Jag, it's bridge pickup, yes, no, neck pickup, yes, no, and then the other one is rhythm circuit, yes,
No,
no.
no. It's
it's
not
like
rhythm
we
circuit.
plan, it's
So
like we planned that.
the rhythm circuit is the same as the Jazzmaster, where it
What
has
was
its
that, John, 2
own.
weeks
It
ago?
has its own switch that selects it on the top.
Oh, that's up at the top. Okay.
Yes. So that third switch, I honestly have no idea.
think
what it
it's
does.
series parallel. We were thinking.
I think it is called like
In
a treble
66?
cut or something.
yeah, it's an easy thing to do.
No, I know, but
Or it's a phase
We were
switch.
just talking about like
I don't think it's series parallel because I don't think that was
okay.
something that
that
they
wasn't a
would
thing then. If
even want to do.
Was that our doorbell?
No. All right. So what it is?
But what do you? First of all,
is-
what are you talking about? It's not a thing they'd want to do. It's stuff.
I'm saying in '66,
Like they weren't worried about
they weren't
putting two single coil
trying to do
pickups
that.
in series.
Because the humbucker wasn't invented until like '58.
No.
Is that what you're
Well, the
saying?
That's
humbucker
what
was
I'm saying.
invented, but I don't think like that Fender was producing
Maybe
I'm saying
not.
stock
that-
things
Probably not,
that came
yeah.
out in the 50s that did that.
Because combining
Yes.
pickups, maybe that's
Right.
true.
I'm
but
saying that if
but there
the
were pickups.
three-way switch on the telly that is a 50-something, if the third position is some weird treble thing and not
yeah, it's reasonable to think that that one would also be some weird treble thing.
yes,
So let
but
me
that's
tell
what the
you
rhythm
what it
no,
is.
it's like 10 years later.
If only
It's
there was
called-
a repository of information.
It's a mid cut. mid-tone
That's
cut.
exactly what I said. Series parallel. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah, series parallel. So what it does is, I guess it just cuts out some mids. Tones.
Seems like a good name.
Middle
for it,
tones. Anyway.
The midtones. That's one of my
I'm glad we
favorite.
It was
spent
cool.
so much
It's one of
time
my
figuring
favorite
that out.
ska bands, actually.
So now you can't write
midtones.
in, people, because we figured it out on our own, and we got nothing wrong
They've been
or
yelling
inaccurate
for the last 5
about
minutes
that.
at us, though, but whatever.
yeah.
I hear
yeah.
your screams, and I feed on them. I
My
grow
favorite
stronger.
guitars were twofold. I had two favorite guitars.
The P-bass.
One was a Jackson Dinky that I played and had a lot of fun just mashing on that whammy bar. What do you call that? What's that thing called? Oh, Floyd Rose.
The vibrato.
The Floyd Rose tremolo system.
Yeah.
That was fun, but that wasn't my
Played
favorite.
it through the tweed.
I did. I played. Yeah, I plugged
it
in
sounded-
this 90s Jackson,
And it sounded
with
like
a flame top
like hot garbage.
through the tweet.
too.
No, it was awesome.
It did sound rad.
It was crazy because
Again.
those pickups are so hot that it just destroyed
it was
that amp.
overdriven.
It was
like
Yeah.
even at like low volumes, it was
Yeah, it was
completely
cool.
overdriven. Yeah, because like an amp in the 50s was not set up to handle an input level like
Yeah.
that. You know,
It was crazy.
but it was, and that's what's and it's hard to like. I've said before, like vintage instruments aren't inherently better. Like there's going to be plenty that are dogs, you know, but every vintage instrument they had in there was awesome.
Yeah.
And part of
Well,
that
they
is
take really
because
great
they
care and
take
they're
really
very
good care,
selective, yeah.
and they would have like fixed any problems that
Yeah.
there were. But all of the vintage guitars in there blew away everything else.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
So here's my favorite guitar. It was a 1959 Les Paul Special double cut
oh man.
that had the neck heel had been broken, and someone had like put a plate to hold it back together.
Which
And
made
so-
it somewhat affordable.
Yeah, so Mike was telling me that basically someone had broken that guitar and tried to fix it, and it didn't really work. So it had just been sitting in a case for like 40 years.
Whoa.
So it was so protected that there wasn't even any like coloration variation between
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the plate was and where it wasn't. So like you took it off and there was no extra fading. So it was literally just been like sitting in a case. So they took all that crap off and like reset the neck and like fixed the heel and everything.
Yeah, so there's no more plate on it, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So it's back. He had, and it was like a
And even the
Frankenstein
finish, like they didn't redo any of the finish.
No.
But even the like there
Yeah.
was a line where the crack was, but it wasn't like flaked
Yeah,
away
yeah.
or you know.
Yeah, no, it
It
was
was in
it
really
was-
good shape for
yeah,
having had
considering.
a neck heel repair. you
Yeah,
know?
but that thing was so cool with the P90s, and it was like it was TV white.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because it was really light.
Because it wasn't dark. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't yellow, but it was like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
it was rad.
awesome.
It was really cool.
And I played an SG that was 60s, somewhere in the 60s.
Oh, that's right,
And it
yeah.
had P90s on
Yeah.
it, and that also sounded awesome.
Yeah,
I love playing SGs when I'm sitting down. I can't stand them when I'm standing up for some reason, but yeah, they're a super comfortable guitar to me when you're sitting down.
it was really cool. What was that other amp? I played this amp from Three Monkeys.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
It was cool. The only problem was we were in this tiny room, and it was like this massive, like 100-watt amp or something. So it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
impossible to use it in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
but it was really
Which is
cool.
a bummer, but yeah, it was way cool.
I like the shape of it.
Yeah.
They do some weird stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, and Mike, he was like a fan of it.
He's
He
like,
really
please,
liked
someone,
it.
please play that.
Yeah,
amp."
he's like, it'd make me really happy if one of you guys played this one.
Maybe he was like, it would make me really happy if you played it and bought it and
Yeah,
got
exactly.
the hell out of my store.
Yeah. Or if like one of your fans bought it. It's kind of one of those things. We probably shouldn't talk about this, but you know, Andy like introduced him to us.
Yeah.
And he probably made it sound like we're potentially like we're a bigger deal than we actually are, which I'm okay
He's
with
probably
that,
listening to this. Mike,
Mike,
how are you?
Mr. Ball,
We're a huge
are you
deal.
listening?
but- Mr. Poole.
Mike Poole, is that the guy from Drowning Pools?
No,
Drowning Pool?
He's a guy that I went to college with.
Oh.
Or high school, actually. But anyways.
Let the bodies hit the floor. You know what's kind of sad? I'm pretty sure the dude from Drowning Pool drowned in a pool.
There's no way.
There is a way.
I mean,
I'm good. What you do is you get into the pool and then you stop breathing because you inhale water.
If you
That's the way.
Okay, did you know
if
that?
you decided to sing that song while in the pool, it wouldn't go well.
So you're saying let the bodies hit the
Yeah.
floor? Did you know that, like drowning, if someone says somebody drowned, it's obvious that they died of drowning. That is inherent to drowning.
Because the end, yes.
Did you know that electrocution means somebody died of being electrocuted? Like, you can't get electrocuted unless you die.
Oh, so like you're saying, nobody says, I fell in the pool and I rolled around in the waves, or wait.
Yeah,
I drowned a little bit, and then
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Oh,
man, I
man.
totally drowned the other day.
Dude,
This is scary.
I fell in the pool and I had no idea which way was up for a second, but then I,
like
I
everyone
climbed
knows
out.
that, but electrocution is like so. Like I got
Is that
shocked.
true?
Yeah, like the word electrocution means you died of being being shocked
Like
or whatever.
drown.
Part of why I thought of that is because that trainer amp, I must have been leaning against because like the light switch, it was like exposed. You know, the super old building, so all the electrical had exposed conduit because it had been surface mounted after the fact. You know, and my arm must
Because they
have
wanted
been
to look all hipster and
my
stuff.
arm must have been touching the conduit when I went to flip on the trainer amp because I got shocked something fierce.
Multiple times.
I got electrocuted.
You kept
I know, and then I
messing with
kept
it and
I kept
getting zapped.
and Phil's probably
You're like-
over there like
I was like,
are you gonna die?
well,
or
no, you
probably
did it
shouldn't."
once, and then you went to do it again. Like you went to.
Well, and then I was, like,
touch-
testing it to
And so then
see.
you're like, oh.
and then you called someone
Then-
in to
yeah,
like
then
help
he
you.
called the other
Well, no,
guy
I
in.
told I told the
Did you
guy.
do it?
And he's like, no, it's fine, you idiot.
He was very
He was very polite about
very
it.
cool about it,
But I could
it
tell
was-
he was like, no, there's
No,
nothing
Danny.
wrong with it. Because we wouldn't put an amp in here that could electrocute somebody. That's like a rule that we have at our store. We don't want to kill
It's a fairly strict rule.
our
It's
patrons.
followed pretty much to the letter.
Did you just look up electrocution?
No, I looked
Oh.
up drowned.
Oh. Yeah. But that's, yeah. And
Is there a
drowning
band
is
called-
obviously to death, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a band called Electrocution Pool?
No.
Okay,
It's not a bad
Maybe.
name for a
It's
band,
a
though.
terrible name for
doesn't
anything.
really roll off the
Shoulder.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
I hate it. I
That's
think
pretty
anybody.
good.
I think anybody who likes
That's like
it
if
is
you're
an
like a
idiot.
part of a group of electrocution, like, yeah, I'm in the electrocution pool for this month. Like, I'm pitching in.
Or it's like you're in the pool. Like they draw one name every month for someone to get electrocuted.
Yeah,
Like I threw my name in the pool. I'm in the electrocution pool.
No, but then the funny thing is, because they're really into puns, like they put you in a pool and then they electrocute you in the pool.
Yeah, the electrocution pool ends up with you in the electrocution pool.
Yeah, there's two different things,
the
same
electrocu-
name.
Now, okay, now I'm kind of on board with the band name again.
And then there's also like a
Electrocution
switch,
pool is a physical
A
pool
switch that you have
for
to pull?
electrocution.
and they call that the electrocution pool.
The electrocution pool.
That's Aaron. That's not right.
Pull. The electrocution pull.
Pole.
Pull. The electrocution pull. Then they
Okay,
take a
how-
poll afterwards and then
how
just ask
old-
people about the electrocution.
How old
and that's
were
the
you?
electrocution poll.
How old were you when you realized that the word was drown, like the present, just like the normal verb, and not drowned,
Drowned.
as in drowning? I'm drowning.
Probably too late.
I want to say like
I was definitely
so
too late.
young that I don't remember that ever happening.
Why does Aaron got to be like that, Phil?
know,
He's
every
freaking elitist.
Every time.
Oh,
Although-
I knew this word was right.
Like I knew this pastor guy, he was kind of old, and he would say, "You got to get born again."
I'm
You
fixing
gotta,
this to-
you gotta get. I'm fixing to born again.
born again.
I'm fixing to born again one of y'all.
Oh man,
You gotta get born
That's-
again.
I'm
That's
gonna
rough.
Born again.
let's see.
Who's it gonna be? You.
We born once,
You-
then we born again.
None of this is usable. None of the last 40 minutes is usable.
That's false. This is great stuff.
It is good.
Um,
Ten.
What else happened? So
I
in the
don't
next
know.
in the next like half hour or less, yeah, about a half an hour, we're planning to meet up with some local folks here in Seattle. So if this is you, then you know that you did it, and if it wasn't you, then it's too late for you. now.
Sorry. Yeah, we're meeting up at Dick's. DX.
We
I'm
posted it in
fixing
the
to
group.
get some dicks.
If you're in the Sacramento, no. If you're in the Seattle area.
If you're in the Sacramento area, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you're in the
Yeah,
Seattle
sorry.
area a couple
Sorry,
weeks
Mark
ago,
Johnston.
Unless
come
you have a,
hang out with us.
Unless you have a Learjet.
Even then,
or
it's not
any
possible
brand of
Maybe.
jet.
Make it.
Any brand of jet.
No.
Even like a Benny in the jet.
No, if you fly here in a private jet to meet with us, we'll meet with you at like 2 or 3.
I'll postpone my flight.
We'll hang
if
out
I
with you
need to.
at like 3 or 4. Yeah, because then they can just fly you home in their private jet.
Dude.
But they're not hearing this for.
That won't be on the way, though, because they go over the poles.
Phil, you got to have faith, man. If you just believed a little bit more,
Just relax.
maybe
all right?
someone would
As
fly
Fred
here in a
Durst,
private jet.
as
and
Fred
fly us
Durst
home.
of Drowning Pool taught us, you got to have faith.
Guys, when I flew here, I'm going to tell the story. I flew from my hometown of El Centro to Los Angeles, California in the
Which is
tiniest
Spanish
plane
for the Centro.
ever. No, it's Spanish for the Angels.
Oh, Los Angeles, he's saying. It's Los Angeles.
Los
though.
Angeles.
Well, it's Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Angelis.
Los Angeles. Los Angelmore.
Ooh.
Los Angelmore. Anyway, so this plane was so small. So check this out. This airport was so small that they don't even open security until like 15 minutes before the flight.
I used to fly through airports, and it's like the weirdest thing. You get there early, and it's like, sorry, like you can go get something to eat or
And
something.
they're like, you don't need to be here.
Yeah, like it's not freaking right after 9/11. You don't have to be here 2 hours early.
But they do still make you take your shoes off, which is just the dumbest thing. It's like,
Yeah, like-
no one's making shoe bombs anymore, people.
And also,
That
if
ship
you
has
were,
sailed.
you wouldn't target a plane that holds 6 people.
So it was literally like an airport shuttle with wings. It had 10 seats in it.
Including the pilot seat.
Yeah. And then like a bench seat in the back.
Yeah, so you can like lay down if you
This
want
one,
to.
this one girl laid down back there.
No.
Yeah. Because she flies all the time. So she was like, she kept telling everybody, she's like, oh, it's a very comfortable plane. You'll have a very comfortable flight.
You're like,
was
no, I won't, because I'll be worried about dying the
Like,
entire
yeah, I'm
time.
physically
lady.
comfortable, but I am mentally very uncomfortable. But so the weird thing is like, it was like the perfect mixture of people that like, and I like learned everyone's backstory before, so it was like the exposition to like a disaster movie.
Yeah.
Like waiting in this airplane. Like I'm
So
going on
wait, are you
vacation
saying-
to see my friends.
Yeah.
This other lady, like her dad had
just
just died. Her
graduated
sister
from-
had just died,
just
and she was
graduated
going
from
home
high
to
school.
visit her family.
Oh, dude.
This other lady was like
Yeah,
a
dude.
commuter who comes
You're
in
totally-
out all the time.
No, that's like the
And then there was this
opening-
Asian dude who was like asking questions about America. It was like
That's the
weirdest
opening
thing.
scene of Lost. That's literally Lost.
Yes,
You were
I
starting
know.
Wait a minute,
Lost
wait a minute,
Mini.
Wait a minute. So you're
Like my life,
The thing-
actual world took time to give me exposition of all these different people.
yeah. So the thing that got you
Did you get any
uncomfortable
flashbacks?
was that you started learning about their lives.
Yes.
You would have been
You're like-
fine. You would
If it was all just a bunch of dudes that grew up in El Centro and were like, yeah, I got to go to LA for the day.
Yeah,
just
and then there was
whatever.
also this lady who didn't know how to get her seatbelt on, and I had to help her get her seatbelt on. Like
Like,
every moment of leading
That
up
is
to
what
that
they're going to
flight.
flash back to. Because,
Yes.
like, you got up to help her, but then because of that, you didn't put your seatbelt back on right, you know?
It was wild.
But then when the back of the plane gets ripped off,
Yeah.
she helps you hold on to the seat in front of you
Yeah, it was cool.
and not get sucked out of the
this
plane.
old lady who couldn't do her own seatbelt is holding half of the plane on at 10,000. I was going to say 30,000, but there's no way that plane got
No.
up 30,000 feet.
It was very low.
like
It was
200.
under the clouds
Yeah, it was,
the whole way.
you had to like just veer around trees and stuff.
It was
I know
barely
there's
faster
no,
than
I know
driving.
there's no trees where you live, but
There's no trees at 10,000 feet anywhere except for mountains, but probably not even there.
man, it's like Mount Everest. Guys, write in and tell us how tall Mount Everest is because we don't want to look it up.
But
right
even if it is, there's no trees at that height.
now. Yeah, it's true.
Of the
It's true.
mountain.
It's above the whatever
The tree line.
I think it's called something else.
It's called the tree line. The arboreal line.
Okay.
Arboreal.
He thinks just because he knows fancy words, he's better than us.
And
Just because he knew that
Aaron,
it wasn't
was there ever a
drowning.
time that you didn't know how to say that word?
Probably.
No, it was like now you're supposed to say that.
Arboreal?
Yeah, since
It's
you
like,
were a little
Mama,
kid, you always know how to say it.
arboreal.
Mama, take me to the arboreal line.
That's
no,
like a 70s song, Take Me to the Arboreal Line.
I'm sure there are words, but that just didn't
It was a
happen
joke,
to be
Aaron.
one of the words that I misunderstood. So just because I'm different from you guys doesn't mean I'm less than you. So check your privilege.
Hey guys, I looked it up. It's called the tree line. So I think I was right? I think I was the one who said the tree line.
Yeah, definitely.
So we told them noon, and it's 11:42.
Yeah, we should probably head out.
So we're going to cut this one short. We might add some later to this, but
I think we should add something
at the place
in Dick's.
yeah, we'll see you in about 3 seconds talking to some people. All right, welcome back. We're here.
We are here.
This part of the show is sponsored by Gun Street Wiring Shop from Bend, Oregon. Follow them to find out the whole saga of Hugh O'Kane, the legacy that he has left in the Bend district.
I wonder what happened.
I have no idea. It was magical, I believe.
If you ask them, and you say "pretty please," and you say hashtag look at it,
They'll explain it to you.
they'll tell you.
So we had a meet up with some people earlier. A bunch of crew members came out and friends of the show.
Who? Let's name drop.
So E. Harris, J. Waite, A. Booth, J. Taylor, C. Duke.
Also G. Taylor.
Also R. I don't know if it's Harris, but Rick was there. I don't think it's Harris. I don't know his name.
Yes.
Rick Patino.
Yes.
So we met up at Dick's and ate some disappointing burgers and okay fries.
And it was fine.
Okay burgers and disappointing fries,
Okay.
I would say.
That's fair.
But really good milkshake. Strawberry shake was good.
Oh.
And now we're on the light rail
Yep.
to
So now we're driving.
the airport.
We are under the ground, traveling from downtown Seattle to the airport,
Yes.
and we were told it's about 30 minutes. So we thought, what else could we do with 30
That's right.
minutes?
What else?
I
Nothing.
mean, maybe if we had guitars,
We could play them.
we would play, but we don't.
I don't think people would appreciate that.
Oh.
I don't know if people
I've seen lots of
appreciate
videos
this.
of people like really appreciating.
Some people. Yeah. We could go viral. We could have gone viral.
Yeah.
This could go viral.
This could go viral.
We have an audience.
do.
We haven't officially met them, but they're sitting across from us, a lovely couple. I think they're also headed to the airport. So
One could assume.
one would and one did. Hey, we're not below the ground anymore.
Oh, the sky.
We have achieved daylight. This is pretty cool. So John Waite dropped us off at the harbor, and we had to walk back to our hotel, which is like a mile and a half directly up a very steep hill.
Yes.
And then we had to walk back down that hill to the transit station.
Yeah.
But it was good.
We could have planned that a little bit better, I think.
We definitely could have.
But it was fine.
It was. What else should we talk about?
So we played a trivia game,
Oh, we did. Yeah, we
At
live
Dick's.
streamed it in the group.
which I bet if we put a little bit more thought into it, we could have come up with better questions.
If we had put any thought into it,
Any additional
any
thought.
pre-thought.
Any pre-thought. There you go.
Yeah, any level of pre-thought, any additional thought whatsoever, not including the thought we're giving it now.
Right.
That doesn't
Well,
help.
This thought is meaningless.
It's worthless as well.
So we, there were like 5 or 6 questions that were
Yeah.
Gear Slum trivia questions.
We gave away a very limited edition free mug that we got
Mm-hmm.
that was autographed by us in Gear Slum Red.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not autographed by Mark Driscoll or the dude from Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
Is he the owner?
I don't know
Isn't
if he's
that
the
what's-
owner. I
isn't that
think
what Andy
he
said?
said that he used to work there.
I don't think it was work there. I think it was like
Or maybe he started it.
it.
Yeah, maybe.
So Storyville.
Yeah, Storyville Coffee, which I thought
Storyville
was
coffee.
had decent cold brew,
Yeah.
and a nice cortado, friendly staff,
It was good. It was good fancy stuff.
and a cool logo.
Good fancy snobby stuff.
Oh, dude, we also found another shop on the way
Yes.
randomly because it had a giant sign that said coffee in the window.
Yes,
It
on
was
our
on the
walk.
on the first floor of a very fancy apartment complex.
Yes, called Anchorhead.
Anchorhead, yeah,
Anchorhead Coffee.
Anchorhead
And,
Coffee, Seattle.
We walked in, and
It smelled so good,
delicious.
like butter sweet pastry,
Yeah. So
which we didn't eat any of, but
we did not. But the gentleman behind the counter.
who swore more than any barista or worker I've ever met.
Oh, you mean you're just talking about how the fact that he was just openly cussing it?
Yeah, just openly dropping the F-bomb
Yeah.
to us.
But it was all in good fun.
Yeah.
The expletives were all positive.
Oh, we're at Safeco Field now, which is where the Seahawks play, but
Oh,
not important.
do we like the Seahawks?
They are a football team.
Okay. Okay, that's cool.
They have many players, some of whom are famous, some of whom are lesser known, and a quarterback.
They catch and throw many balls.
They also run while holding the ball,
They do that?
run while not holding the ball to tackle other people or to block
are-
people
Yeah.
or to prevent their friends from being tackled.
Okay.
Sometimes they kick the ball and no one has the ball and everyone's running toward it. Sometimes they drop the ball and everyone tries to jump on it.
Yeah.
They do all kinds of things on that
That's
field.
a lot. They do a lot of things with it.
They do all the football field things.
So anyway, the gentleman at Anchorhead says when we walked up to the counter, he says, "Do you want some? What was his wording?"
He said, "You want something
weird?"
out there
Oh, do you want something out there?
or normal
Or
coffee
traditional.
or not coffee?
And
Hot or cold?"
that piqued my interest when he said, "Do you want something out there?" Because
Yeah.
he said it with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
So I knew this was the place for me, and I knew that this was the man for me.
And then now when's the wedding?
But what I mean by that is that he is the man to recommend a drink for me. That's what I mean by that.
Right.
Sorry if that was unclear.
So explain. So you ended up we got 2 different drinks, both of
Two
which were
different
highly recommended.
Strange drinks that were both very delicious. The Dreamsicle, which was cold brew, orange juice,
Coco
and-
Lopez, which is what they put in pina colada, he said.
Oh, right, yes. So it was sort of like a
It's like a coconut
coconut
cream
creamy
blend.
thing, and then some
Milk.
some whole milk, and it was freaking amazing.
It was like a coffee dreamsicle.
Dude,
Creamsicle.
it was so good.
It was weird,
It
but
was
good.
It was out there.
It was out
But
there.
it was out there in all of the right ways.
And I forgot what mine's called, but it was hibiscus, mint, and
it was,
mint.
Summer Lovin'.
Mint and mint? Lime and mint. Hibiscus, lime, and mint.
Yes.
Summer 11?
Summer Lovin'.
It's good. I'm still drinking it.
No, Summer Days.
Here you go.
Summer Days.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, that was you drinking into it?
Yeah, it's
Why don't
good.
you shake the ice in the microphone?
Now I'm turning into you.
Yeah.
It is fun, though. You're right. Phyllis singing on the train here. I also got something called hopped cold brew, which
And-
I will report back on later.
Okay. Next time you'll be able to tell us what.
I'll probably have forgotten, but
I hope you don't.
I'll post about it somewhere
Hopped
on my personal page.
cold brew.
Hopped cold brew. It's cold brew coffee brewed with hops.
Yeah,
It's about all you
but
can
it's
say
not
about
alcoholic.
it. No, because it's not
I don't
fermented.
understand.
You don't?
No,
The hops don't give it the beer alcohol
but why would you put hops in something?
for flavor. Same reason they put it in beer.
Yeah, but okay. I guess I need to try it. I guess.
Yeah, I guess we can try it.
No, I don't want to try it because I just drank a lot of coffee and I need.
Yeah.
That's when I get home. I need to sleep.
Did we talk about the KEXP? Oh yeah, we went down to KEXP studio and had
Yes.
coffee there too.
We did have coffee.
It's good that Cole's not here for this
Yeah,
conversation.
this is a lot of coffee talk.
It's coffee. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Coffee talk. We'll talk amongst ourselves. So what did
So
we had a
much.
draft latte there,
Yes.
which was interesting.
Yes.
There's a latte on draft.
Yes. Hi. What is it? Nitro. Is that what that is?
Was it on Nitro?
No, I guess they
It's
say
just
nitro.
flat.
It's not nitro, but it was.
It's just
Wait, how is it on draft then?
it's on tap.
Doesn't it need to be like carbonated for it to like?
No, it just needs to be pressurized,
How do you pressurize it?
like an air pump.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Because
we
even
went there.
beer, like in a keg's not. It's
Huh?
not carbonated enough to push it out. You have to pump. You have to prime the keg.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
create
You have to
a
create
reverse
the pressure.
vacuum
Yes.
pressure, and
Okay.
that pushes it out.
Yes, thank you.
But it was cool. It was kind of frothy and milky and light.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like frozen coffee, but not frozen.
I was very envious of Alex Booth's drink,
What did
which
he
was
get?
a black and tan,
Oh,
which I believe was.
half
I-
cold brewed, half draft latte.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds better.
It does because then it's less dairy,
Yeah,
more coffee.
yeah.
I know.
Interesting.
I know.
That was a place called La Colombe inside the KEXP studio.
Right. This place was hipster overload.
So they were selling La Marzocco machines, which if you don't know, you don't know. But if you do know, you know. And we tried to guess the price of one of them,
I was
single
way
group
off.
head. I said it's probably like, what did I say, 3,000 or 4,000?
I said I think that small one is $2,000.
Yeah, and I was like,
you were like, no way,
no way,
it's way more.
It's way more. It's 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah, and we were both wrong, but Price is Right rules. Aaron would have won
Yes.
because
It was
like
$7,100, and there's a girl in line with
for the
us,
small one.
and we were talking about it and how like crazy expensive it was, and she's like, "Yeah, but it's the best machine there is."
But it is the best machine. But it is the best machine.
That might be
That's what she
true,
said.
but it's way beyond our price.
To make one drink a
a
morning.
day, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but it'll last you the rest of your life. Okay.
No, I'm saying like because it's industrial,
I understand.
but you'd also have to like clean it every day.
I know.
It'd be way too much. It would end up costing you like $10 per drink
Yeah.
per latte.
No, okay. do the math on this. If you did, let's just say 2 drinks, because we both live in 2-drink homes. If you live in a
My wife doesn't really drink much coffee, but I would drink 2 for myself every day.
okay, fine,
So let's say 2 and a quarter drinks average for me.
okay, times 7, no, times 365. Should I do this?
Yeah,
Okay, so 2.5
2.25.
2.25 times 365 equals 821.25 times how many years?
How many years?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like how many years do you think you'd live
Will I
using
live?
that machine? Yeah, will you live? What's your guess? How many more years do you have on this earth?
I'm gonna say. Gosh, this is hard. How old do you think I will be when I die?
What do you guys think? Okay.
Okay, so
85.
okay, so that gives me
85.
50 years then.
Okay, okay, so times 50 equals 41,062.5. So that's
Yeah,
drinks.
assuming I'm still making lattes every day
Sure.
at 85.
Yeah, let's assume that. That's fine.
True.
Okay.
Plus, I'll have kids maybe that will be adults and will also
They'll
drink
be
them.
making them? Okay, but so now that's drinks.
Yeah. But
So
what are
what
you
would
trying to say? What are you trying to figure
I'm
out?
wondering if the cost is worth it to buy that machine.
We'll divide that by 7,100.
Divided by equals 5.78
Per
So
drink?
no, it is not worth
I'm
it.
paying $5 a drink just for the machine.
That's you could just
It's
buy them.
absolutely
at
not worth
any
it.
fancy coffee. This is so stupid. Okay, not
That
worth
girl,
it at all.
she was wrong. Yeah, you guys, exactly. You still got to put all the supplies. You got to put in the effort. You got to consider
Cream.
electricity,
Beans.
water,
This is ridiculous.
beans,
That's completely
grinder. How many
unreasonable.
grinders are you going to go through?
Completely unreasonable.
Completely.
Unless you have a giant. I was gonna say more
Unless it's making you money it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like if money is coming in, if you're charging other people to have drinks.
I was going to say, unless you're a giant family, like if you're like, a traditional Catholic family, and you're making drinks for everybody every day.
Yeah. Like Clint Duke could do it, but he doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah, you can't be a traditional Mormon family. You'd have to be a traditional Catholic family.
Exactly. Yes. What we're saying is that girl's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth it.
She is blinded by hipsterism.
By definition, lady, not worth it.
Yeah, we did the math.
Yeah. I wish she were here so I could tell her.
And I was being generous. There's no way I'm going to make 2 1/4 drinks every day.
Every day.
Yeah, maybe
Until you're
I'll probably
85.
make 4 a week.
What?
I'm not going to drink it every day. I don't drink coffee every day.
You wouldn't if you had the machine?
Well, I mean, I have the means to make coffee now, and I don't do it every day.
Okay.
And that's more work than an AeroPress.
It is more work. And like you said, cleaning it every day.
Yeah, so there's no way.
It's making me angry thinking about this now.
It's going to end up costing me like $13 per drink just to have the machine in my house. It's ridiculous. I might as well buy that $33,000 telly.
Yes.
I'll get more out of it.
That's what you should buy. You should buy the Telecaster.
Oh, it's too late. I wish I would have done this
you can buy
math.
it online.
You're right. You're right.
So,
Let's see. Oh, we got like 3 stops left. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Anything else we should add?
Did we talk about breakfast?
Today's breakfast?
Yeah.
No. Do we need to talk about every meal?
I liked it. I'm just saying I liked it.
I had a piece of toast and some French toast sticks.
I like that we stayed in a
a lot
hotel
of carbs.
that we didn't know was going to have breakfast, and then we were pleasantly surprised that it was a full.
Yeah. We happened to check and call at like 10:20.
Oh.
And they
perfect.
said, "Oh, it ends at 10:30."
Yes.
So we went downstairs and had breakfast.
Yes. I would have been insanely mad if it was. Oh, it
Ended at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind.
I would have liked to have seen that. It would have been worth it to me. Hashtag worth it.
No. So it was cool to see our internet friends, and it was very, very cool to hang out with Andrew Kim and Clint Duke.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment of this trip?
Mine were 2. So one was...
No, you have to choose.
No, that's good. It's okay. One was Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar, and one was watching the sunrise from Bainbridge Island.
Wait, I don't mean to laugh at you. I just mean...
Those are my 2 favorite moments.
Okay. You said it wasn't that good of a sunrise.
It wasn't, but the moment was nice.
Okay, my favorite moment was also in Mike and Mike's guitar shop, but a very specific moment where you said, "Hey, let's write a song." And so I started playing chords, and then you were like playing along. You started playing along, and you said, "Are you gonna come up with words?" And the second you said that, I realized I was singing "This Is Growing Up" by Blink-182.
Yeah.
And that's what I had been playing for the last 4 minutes.
Damn it.
So that was my favorite moment.
That was a good moment.
Um,
On vintage gear.
yes,
Like really
on
expensive
ridiculously expensive guitars.
guitars.
I was probably too cavalier with the things I was holding. Like that, I have no business holding
Yeah.
guitars that expensive.
Yeah. Every one of those guitars is worth more than my car.
Yeah. Yes.
Every one
And
of them.
We were just like, no, okay.
Tossing them around.
He said, go pick something up and play
Do
it.
whatever you want.
I was like, well, okay. but I should not have.
You should not have.
Mike Ball, if you're listening, sorry. We had a wonderful time in your shop, and I don't mean to say that I had no business playing your guitars. I have if you are listening, I do have every business playing your guitar.
All the business to play your guitars. All business all the time.
Business in the front and
we had all the business out front, and we had a party in the back room.
In the background.
So yeah, everything. We're good.
With the business.
Yeah, we took the business to the back and partied on it. And partied all over it.
Yeah.
This is cool. Part of Seattle that I would have never seen apart from this trip.
Also, fishing with Andy. Can you call it fishing if you don't like take anything home? It's still fishing.
Yeah.
We didn't catch anything. I know we talked about this before, but that was really fun. Hanging out on a boat. Just broing out on a boat. That was fun.
Yep. In the sound, making noise in the sound.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Oh, that's cool. We should talk about
what?
We just passed like this really cool Hindu temple with like a giant Buddha outside.
Oh,
I guess it wouldn't be Hindu if it had Buddha outside.
It'd be Buddhist.
That sounds very racist of me.
No.
Or ignorant. Just kind of ignorant. Sounds very ignorant of me.
Yeah.
A Buddhist temple with the Buddha outside.
So we could cut this out if you don't want to be on the podcast, but we'd love to ask you guys, why are you in Seattle?
You got to give them the microphone.
Back from an Alaska cruise.
Oh, awesome.
Whoa, that's cool.
It was very cool.
How long were you there?
7 days.
That's cool. And what was the most interesting thing you saw?
Well, I'd say the Madeline Glacier. It was
Okay.
beautiful.
Awesome.
Bay.
Same? Oh, wow. Very, oh, wow. Okay. Very cool. Man, all right. That is awesome. And you went on a cruise to Alaska.
Life does not end at 40.
Okay.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Oh, your names?
I'm Connie.
Connie.
Jerry.
And Jerry. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we end our podcast saying thanks for friendship. So thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
And thanks for friendship.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome.